Welcome guys to another Server 42 series. We've got Built Different featuring Raj versus Jeek Squad this time around. Jeek Squad looking to get themselves a 2-0 tonight, just to help them survive the group as they are currently sitting on one loss. And do see number bands coming out here already. Got the Timo, which is a bit odd on blue side, plus Swain versus Yasuo and Graves. Not too surprising. I think Graves is one of Clinto's more favorite. One of Chomp's more favorite champions, I should say. And Yasuo, I do believe, is a perfect anomaly champion. But we'll see what they end up going towards. Obviously, the fluky Malzahar being banned. Not too surprising to see. And Yone banned. Okay. So this is more what I was expecting from the last series, seeing Ornn first picked. I think still a really solid top laner in general. Brings a lot of frontline and nice engage for your team. So let's see that kind of prioritize. Shen answer, not so too surprising to see. I think it's one of Niall's more played top laners at the moment. It's a decent answer into the Ornn. Also offers obviously a lot of map pressure with his own ulti. And Ted Blonde's Jhin, which has I think become his main champion really in the last couple of years now. So not too surprised to see that locked in. Kane locked in for blue side. Obviously one of the top tier junglers at the moment, with Ross being really strong with Gore Drinker and Conqueror. Just an insane amount of healing and sustain throughout these fights, and just very, very annoying to deal with. It's going to make Jin's life in particular very difficult. Oh, do you see the Yi locked in though as well? So potentially looking at a solo lane Yi, which will be interesting. Unless that's a placeholder. Well, I hope someone messaged me to tell me if it's a placeholder. So I'm going to focus on 80 carry balance here. From Built Different. Could see an MF ban potentially. Or Ashe if you want to take away some engage options. Do end up actually going for Illusion, which can be obviously a flex pick. Have seen it a little bit more recently in the bot lane though. So a few mages been picked off away from Fluky, so we'll see what he ends up deviating towards. And the Echo, so obviously you've seen a lot more recently in the jungle, but can still be flex mid lane. So I think it's a nice takeaway here. Kha'Zix's picked up for Ted Blonde, or sorry, for Clinto even I should say. And then there's the Ashe. I think this makes sense. Briefly hovering the Tristana, but I'd be very surprised if I actually locked it in. Oh, okay. So still need to find out what the Yi actually is. If that is a placeholder or not. which does make casting this champ select just a little more difficult, but you know, what can you do? And Kale. Okay, so obviously she's still very strong at the moment. But because there's already an Orna team, looks like the Kale is probably going mid lane, and the E, whatever the E is, will be support. And Oriana locked in for Fluky. Okay, so pretty safe comp overall. So, the Kale was actually Malphite, and the Yi was Nautilus. Right. Well, we know what they are now. Alright. Still very curious about this team of WAN. I wonder if Niall's been playing at all. Niall's very much more of a tank player, so I'd be surprised if he was actually playing it. No, I'm not really seeing any Teemo here at all. It's interesting. Unless it was like a placeholder ban, but I don't know why you would do that. Anyway, so seeing what these comps actually kind of round out to, it's a lot of frontline. They have missed one ban. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. Thanks, Jeek. So it's a lot of frontline and engage for Jeek squad here with Ornn, Malphite, and Nautilus all in the same composition. It does mean they are lacking a bit of damage. Like you get some consistent damage from Red Cane and from I believe they had the Ashe locked in. But there's no real consistent AP threat in that regard. They have too many points with this team. Okay, that makes sense. They lost only one ban for that? Must have been just right over the limit, I guess. Oh, sorry, it was Tristana, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Well, it's an all-in comp, that's for sure. Malphite, Tristana, Kayn. Uh, oh, and it's actually Zillion for Fluky instead of the Oriana. So I think that makes sense here. I think because blue side have such a lot of dive and burst on their side, Zillion comes in quite handy for that. And then you've got that AoE zone control with the double bombs and the stuns coming out. So we'll see if they can end up actually making that work for themselves. In terms of the bot lane 2v2, I do like the Tristana and all this into Jhin Braum. Because it's takes a bit longer for Jhin and Braum to kind of proc that the Braum passive really. So if Nautilus does land the hook on Jhin, and I think Tristana does have more kill trash in that regard. We'll see how they end up faring. Dom Squib, obviously, I think a bit newer to these tournaments, so we'll see how he ends up playing the Braum out against Stance and Gulag. See if he can keep Teblon peeled, as is tradition. But we'll go on to a brief mute period while we're waiting for Spectator to catch up, and we'll talk to you guys a little bit. Okay, and we are into the first game of Built Different featuring Raj versus Jeek Squad. Going to keep the music on in the background just since we are on the casual solo cast here. But if it's too loud for anyone, just let me know. Of course, if anyone does want to jump in on the cast, you're always free to. I'm on the Context Discord. But for now, quick pause. Sport was AFK on blue side, but looks like they're should be back into game shortly. Blue side are clumping together, but because the Nautilus was unfortunately AFK, they cannot go for the cheeky engage on level 1. So both sides just kind of playing it safe for the moment. So that is interesting that Tristana has gone for the exhaust with the ignite from Nautilus. So they're definitely going up for that kind of 2v2 kill lane. Damscrib has the exhaust on his own side, so see if he can try to mitigate that at all this lane. And hail based Tristana obviously is very potent for once you have the jump and the bomb for trying to proc that as quickly as possible, maximize your damage. And Perfect Anomaly has gone for the Comet in this lane, so makes trading a little bit easier. Maybe he's going to go for the full AP Malphite build. I guess we shall see in due course. I'm not expecting like a huge amount of action, at least from the junglers in this early game. But I'm really kind of looking to power farm. But I guess Kane will look to... He will look to mostly gank the Shen, because he wants to farm those Wrath stacks as quickly as possible. Because he does have the Conqueror. The Tevlon and Damscrib do get level 2 first, but unfortunately not really in a position to make anything happen with it, so Gulai takes a bit of cloak, but should be fine to pick up the CS under tower. And just a bit of wet noodle fighting happen up in the top side. Not too much going on of it. Dookie getting very heavily traded on here by not only does need to be careful. It's taking like a lot of damage from this cheese wheel plus our comet combo. W just misses Gulag, so won't get rid of there under tower. It's in a fairly safe position regardless. Anomaly again. Feeling pretty comfortable in this lane, it's just constantly able to poke Fluky out as the wave frozen near his tower, so not under any real threat from the Kha'Zix at the moment. So Clinto has invaded in the blue bot side here on the Krugs. Could potentially look for a wraparound gank. Oh, trade kill up here in the top lane. Actually done by Nile. Malay just going a bit too over aggressive there, and also loses flash at the same time. Oh, there's the gank by Chomp to try farm some stacks. Don't know if he actually landed the Q there, so may not have actually gotten anything from it at all. No. does TP back in lane, so Melee will have TP advantage once that's back up to him. But obviously Shen will hit 6 and will have the ulti available, so we'll still have the global pressure to kind of match the Ornn. Or they have the advantage over Ornn even before that TP comes back up. So far, now in a pretty comfortable spot. We'll pick up the CS, won't fall behind. And yeah, has the Bambi Cinder as well, so makes this trading even nicer. So it should be out of this pause relatively quickly. Yeah, so far, like, really the biggest difference is that kill in the top lane plus the CS lead built up here in the bot lane. Gulag doing his best to try catch as much as his wave under tower, but will end up actually missing most of it, it seems like. So, Teblond recalling now with a decently healthy lead. Gulag doing his best to try to shove this in now so they can get their own recall. Try to make the wave bounce off the tower so it doesn't end up freezing on them. Oh, now lands a taunt. Gets a nice chunk onto Melee. Does the Spirit Refuge. Ooh, Chomp does come in now. Niall is putting in a lot of damage on Melee. May get the trade kill here. Nope, unfortunately. Looks like he can't make it reach in time. Oh, Chomp getting a crucial heal off the Triumph up there, that seems like. So, pretty nice for Chomp there. Gets a lot of attacks in on the Shen, so will farm up a lot of red cane stacks as well as getting himself to kill, so we'll get his component for Gore Drinker pretty early on. Obviously wants to rush towards that form as soon as possible. So until then I think he's just a weaker champion than the Kazakhs. And Clinto just trying to power farm to 6 as best possible. Hasn't really made any impact on the map yet. Oh, nice route by Teblond, but nothing really comes of it. Well, bit of a CS lead building up here for Anomaly in the mid lane. That Comet, that Cheese Wheel Comet combo, just put in work. Keeping control of lane for him pretty nicely. Hasn't been punished yet. So the Malphite is opting into the Bambi Cinder early on. Looks like he is going to go for Sunfire. Be curious if he ends up going full tank or does he go like kind of more AP after that item. Nice buffer from Tristana. Gets him out of the Jhin route. Oh, no, went for the flash. I think he managed to land it, but Melee got some distance. Doesn't matter, still will go down. Another kill over to Niall there. Oh, Gulag just not respecting the Braum passive there. Ends up getting tagged and flashed on with the 4-shot from Jhin. And loses his flash as well at the same time. Jeek squad do get up Dragon in return, so not the end of the world, to be honest. Don't know if... I don't think Teblond can shove in this lane wave on top either, so Tristana should be able to pick up the wave coming in. They can also look to punish this if they stay for too long. Yeah, Ted in a really awkward spot here. Oh, flash ulti from Malphite. Not even giving him a chance. Maybe a little unnecessary to use a summoner there from the Malphite, but you know, ends up securing them the kill, 2 for nothing. Does give Tristana now a chance to push the wave back in return, maybe get herself a plate or 2. So they're going to feel pretty happy about that. Meanwhile, Clinto did pick up the Herald here. Is wrapping around into bot river, looking for the crab, maybe look for a gank on bot lane. Interrupting the item buy, it looks like, from Malay, making himself a bit of a nuisance. Clinto is hovering here in mid lane. Don't know how much kill pressure he has in the Malphite. He is pushed up in the knocker spot though, so if Luki can land the CC, for sure they can get a kill. Brom roaming up now. Yeah, they're waiting a long time to set up this gank, but they are going to go for it now. Niall, meanwhile, 1v2 in the top lane, does manage to get out. And anomaly, really bad spot, does get punished by Clinto. Oh, Niall does eventually go down from the dive. Ooh, flash ulti from stance, lands the hook and the exhaust. Should be an easy kill here, but we like. Alright, so a lot more action picking up all of a sudden, but overall, gold's still relatively even. I think the biggest beneficiary of all this right now is the Tristana for sure. But even then, she does not really have that much gold for gold leads over the over Ted Blonde. So mostly gold's actually kind of going towards Chomp here, who's just been kind of power farming away, has gotten off a couple ganks down the top lane. Gotten some of those stacks there for the red form. I don't think he has it quite yet. But I could be wrong, because obviously it's actually impossible for us to see. Thanks to Riot's beautiful, beautiful clients. How far along Kane is actually towards any of his forms. But we make do. So, yep, no form yet for Kane. Just go back towards his Raptors, clear those up real quick. Herald still yet to be used by Clinto. Surprised he didn't use it in the mid lane when they got the punish kill on the Malphite. Could have gotten some nice gold into his own and Fluky's pockets, but ends up farming his own jungle instead. Do see Chomp is invading here. Maybe looking for the wraparound kill on Fluky or the Kazakhs, but do get spotted out. That's what's going on down here, huh? So Clinto just falling out. They are trying to make a collapse here. Brom ults. That's good, trying to tank up as much as possible. Tedlon does end up going down to the Gulag rocket jump. Oh, this is disastrous for Built Different. Oh, they do manage to get a trade kill onto Tristana though. Damn Squib, just doing his best here. It's World Combat, does end up getting a kill. So, oh no. This is a bit unlucky. Brom should eventually go down here to the Kane. Meanwhile, top lane, fight back forth. Ooh, nice flash taunt from now. We'll get the kill here. Oh, and Damn Squib got out. Very, very nice. Okay. So, yeah, just some really, really messy fights. Trying to make sense of who actually kind of came out on top there. Feels like, yeah, it feels like the big winner really is Kane. Because he got a lot of time to just wail on Brom there, so he'll get even more form stacks. Got himself a Merkel. Does have the Gore Trick here now as well as the Merc Treads. So it's kind of just really scary for anybody on red side now to run into. Kazakhs does have his own Eclipse, so it does have that burst potential. Is looking for gank here on Anomaly. Right now, Anomaly is playing it safe. Doesn't have the ulti to escape, but does have flash up very soon. There's the slow from... Oh, lovely double bomb. Good enough from Fluky. Should be a kill here for Clinto. Oh, does unfortunately jump out when Niall had used the Shen ulti on him, so isn't in the position to go for the counterplay onto the Ornn, but yep, still got the kill on Malphite. And here, so they'll take that any day of the week. And slight lead building up here for build difference. Just barely crossing 1k. We'll lose out once again on the dragon though, so we will have ourselves an Infernal Soul map, which is gonna be nice for either team, to be honest. So definitely, I think Jeek squad feeling mostly comfortable here. Durkane's taking along nicely. Tristana's doing pretty well overall. Isdan obviously like quite a bit of gold or CS rather compared to Teflon's Jhin, but it has been managed to pick up. Has managed to pick up some kills. Has managed to pick up a plate. So shouldn't be. It is actually the head in goal overall by about 400. So yep, it's gonna be pretty happy with that. So the goal difference mostly coming in the form of the Shen and the Zillion, in fact. Which is not going to be the best use of your gold, to be honest. So see how this ends up impacting the mid game once more item spikes have been hit. Oh, Finto going for the solo kill here on Anomaly. Okay. I'm not sure if like my game glitched out for a second there, but it seemed like Malphite just ulted on the spot, unfortunately, and Finto fortunate enough to escape his life under that one. If he got ulted on 830, he was sure gonna be dead there. And also did have Fluky there in the end with the Zillion ult in case Chomp tried to go for the punish kill. Oh, here comes it. Oh, Shen not even required. Teflon just going absolute shav mode on Nautilus there. Oh, Malay looking for the punish here on Clinto. Just force the flash out. Chomp not really able to land the CC there. Does have Rast, obviously. Is now very scary with that and the Gore Drinker. And only here in the top bot lane trying to defend his turret. Should likely succeed. I don't think they can really force a turret now. Chomp looking for the kill on Clinto. Ooh, it does get the ult off, but will be. Yeah. Don't think either side here really has much kill threat. Niall's trying to go for the pincer. Kind of already taken a decent chunk. Malay forces the flash out. They're just slowly getting locked down, but Chomp does land a nice double knockup. Oh, and there's the turnaround. Gore Drinker, Red Cane. Absolutely disgusting. Niall does manage to pick up a kill, so. But ultimately, Chomp going to be very, very happy with that. Kill steal obviously coming in from Malphite. Nothing too surprising there. So gold, mostly tied up between these two teams. So it's a slight lead for built different, but again, in terms of the map state, in terms of who actually has the gold, I do favor the Jeek squad here quite a bit actually. If they can consider themselves the next dragon, will put themselves in a really nice spot for that dragon win condition. Get the Infernal Soul. So Teflon should be able to secure this bot lane turret here. That means bot lane is not the no man's land for both teams at this point. Seeing as you've got a Kane and a Kha'Zix who can both pick off any person who goes to the side lane. Oh, they do end up going in. Exhaust coming out. Oh, just a little early on the ult there from Gulag, who gets picked off by Clinto in the back. And Anal picks up the kill on Analyst. So nice turnaround play from Built Different there, using the Shen ult and the Kha'Zix to kind of punish in the backline. Does give them a lot more control over this Dragon win condition, and suddenly now they can delay this win condition for Jeek squad. Chomp is here to go for the potential still, but I don't think he's going to go for it. He's just trying to be a bit of a make himself a bit of a nuisance. So maybe he was going for the steal, but he's just going to end up getting killed here. Oh, yep, there you go. So, big old shutdown for Clinto. It's going to be pretty nice for him. So yeah, now, Built Different, getting that under decent gold lead. They're about 3k this time around. Nice punish in the bot lane. Kind of nesting the dragon and a couple more kills. Let's check the gold now. Clinto's come out to a slight lead here. Obviously, I think late game, I think you definitely still favor the Rast over the Kha'Zix. But, you know, depending on how split up Jeek become, you know, Clinto can still be an absolute terror on this pick. A lot of pings happen around this Baron area right now. Sans just trying to defend their vision. Teblon walks into lane, does get the double knockup from the Ornn. Oh, big collapse coming in. Shen also does not there's nothing to save Teblon there, and they're going to get punished for that. Shut them onto the Kane. Will give them priority over this dragon now. Clinto is alive, so he is available to try to steal this. Level 12 to level 12, so has the same smite damage. They do have a numbers advantage here to try either pick off members of Built Different. No ultis available though for the last part. So kill off the Baron. But ultimately, no one dies there. So, yeah, nice plays coming out from Built Difference. Do you manage to... Oh, no, Clinto. Oh, lovely, lovely fucking Zillion ult there. And nice snipe from Teblon, so... So, actually, it ends up being... looking like it's going to be a Built Different Baron now. Even though I for sure thought that they had hinted it. But timely Zillion ult actually manages to save the day. Clinto coming out alive. Gulag, Chomp doing their best to try make something happen here, but did the Baron actually end up resetting here? No, it didn't. Very good. Okay, so they secure the Baron. They should kill the Kane here. Managed to get a kill on Tristana. Oh, Chomp is still very healthy though. There's a lot of low health bars. I don't think he's going to be able to make anything happen here. Chomp getting root up will die here. Well, that was just a really unfortunate series of events for Jeek squad. Definitely a bold play to try force the Baron early there, even though they had the numbers advantage. Just the turn to try pick off Clinto and the other two alive members at the time just wasn't clean enough, so they weren't able to get the kill on time before Fluky was able to get his ult off, stall out the fight. And yeah, they end up getting punished for it now. 6k gold lead. And Ted Blonde, very strong now in the Jhin, has gone for the crit build actually now. He's gone for Gale Force into the Collector, looking like he's building the IE next. So will be outputting a lot of damage in these fights if he's allowed to. Jeek squad do still have the advantage in dragons here, but Malay forced to flash out and chunked half health early on, and no TP available to him either. Does give built difference control of the river here. And it's still 50-50 for it. Sean has fight available. And normally, Blast comes in the pit, has ulti available, says he's going to use it, but he's stunned up. Has to ulti to safety, but it might end up dying to burn damage. Ultimately, just barely gets away. So, unfortunately, Dragon does go over the build different. And the game feels like it's slipping away for Jeek squad here at the moment. Still Baron available for a little bit here for build difference. We'll try to siege up here on this mid turret. Nile in the bot lane, getting that split push pressure. Oh, nice stun coming out from Fluky. Oh, damn squid. Nice Braum ulti to chain CC into the kill on the Malphite. It was very squishy. Oh, nice execute from coming out from Ted Blonde. Yeah, that's going to give them the inhibitor at the very least here. Got 20 seconds on the Malphite, 25 on the Nautilus. Don't think they can go for the end. There's no Baron available now. But, you know, you'll take those if you're built different. Given how rough a game started the game that they had. I'm just going to go back through enemy jungle here, clear out some vision, steal any camps that might be left. Oh, making a punish here on Malay, but I think they should just back out here. Get the resets off, spend their gold. Right, so what can Jeek squad do to get back into this game? Kane, still obviously really strong. Does have Gore Drinker and Black Cleaver finished. Looks like he's working towards a Death Stance next. Oh, Kenta. Oh my god. Alright. So, yeah, you can't be on your own against the Kazakhs, that's for sure. Nice punish from Clinto, who has this 3 lethality items plus the Executioners complete, so very much a threat to any single target on the side of Jeek squad here. So right now, they really have to play super defensive, try to get vision in their jungle, poke their base, because there's no objectives to really contest for. Even Malay now being just a little too far up, could get punished here by the Braum. He's trying to sneak in, but does back off in time, so should be okay. Oh, does get tagged. He's trying his best to kind of clear out this way, but really has to concede the this second tier tower. Clinto absorbing the Knowledge ult with his Edge of Night. Gonna be pretty happy about that. So yeah, just a lot of pressure being exuded now from Built Different, keeping Jeek pinned back into their own base. So we have Baron up in about 10 seconds now. Built different, have all the control in the jungle leading up to it. There is one control ward in the top river that you could see Anomaly and Melee possibly TP2 if a fight breaks out. Right now, Built Different just have to lie in wait, try to make a pick. Oh my god, Kha'Zix's damage is absolutely disgusting. Melee unfortunately misses the Yorn ulti. Will end up losing his life along with his teammates, and yeah, Kha'Zix's Plinto going absolutely ham. Does get blown back by Tristana ulti, so can't secure the kills just yet, but ultimately this stage it's already a bit GG. Plinto getting the resets. And that is a tough first loss there for Jeek in this series. Started out the game really well. Definitely had the early objective control. Definitely got the gold on the right players on their team, but fortunately just were not able to consistently get the fights that they wanted. Got punished, and yeah, Built Different. Secure game 1. Oh yes, and this is bugged, so we have to leave. Okay. Disgusting. Absolutely. Please balance assassin items, for the love of God, because that is not okay. Taking a quick break. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Holy moly. What is this? LCS, like? Okay. Well, looks like we have a bit of time until game 2, so I'm not going to talk for 8 minutes straight about that game, but I will say I think Jeek have to win the next game if they want to have any chance of progressing in this group. So all pressure is really on them to kind of turn this round now. But we'll see if they can do it. I shall leave the music playing, and we shall talk to you guys in a little bit for game 2. What's the story, my dude?
What is up? Oh, I have the stream volume on still, so I can hear myself twice.
Oof.
I'm grand. How are you today, Dave?
I'm not too bad. Uh, Doing a couple casts in a row here. Did Feeling Pups versus
Bernie's team? Yeah.
yeah, Bernie's team. Piper Perry, that's the one. Earlier. And now we've got this one going on. Looking like another 2-0 on the cards, but see if the lads can pull it back for Jeek.
I mean, they definitely had the run of it up until that Baron fight, where they just kept fighting on 200 HP until everyone on the built different team just respawned and ran and killed them all.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate for them.
Um, for sure, I think they were probably winning the game at that point. I can't remember the specific numbers for the golds and stuff, but
Yeah, like
they certainly had the control of team fights.
like they had their gold on their Kane and their Tristana, which is exactly what they wanted. But yeah, just Baron fight kind of fucked them pretty badly.
Yeah, a
Unlucky.
tragic 5 deaths and a Baron kind of swung the game.
Just a tad. Hopefully these lads get themselves sorted quick. We'll get back into game 2.
Did they? They'll figure it out themselves. They're smart lads. Denying Nal his teamo. A genius play here.
It's true. I literally spent 5 minutes in the first class going like, man, is Timo like a secret pick that they've been doing? Because I don't remember I'll ever playing as champion. And I was searching up OPC.gg and shit. And Jeek had to be like, say like, no, man, it's just a no ban. It's like, unlucky.
Understandable because you never know what wacky pick they might pull out, like the Zillion mid.
It's true. It's true. That was not expected. Fluky played pretty well though, I have to say. Had some nice double bombs.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It certainly sounds like a fluky champ, but definitely not something he's known for anyway. I was surprised to see that they gave the Jin over to Ted Blonde, Garon. Yep. Seeing as how he is a Jin one trick for the most part in solo queue.
Yeah, has been pretty much for like the last year or two now. So
and Jin is just so dominant from the ADC pool.
Yeah. Well, it was really weird to see Gulag pick Tristana. Like he was definitely doing like work in that game. So he made the pick like work well for him. But it's not the champion I'd expect to see coming out of bot lane.
Well, I think Tristana could be a lot better now with the item changes. I haven't tried it myself, so I can't really
like
confirm whether it is or not. But
like he had the Halo Blades all in because he had exhaust bullets and all his had ignite, so they were going for that kill lane for sure. And they managed to make it work a couple times.
But obviously I missed the draft for that game, so I'm not certain where they were pushed and pulled with the bans and stuff. And either if Gulag is comfortable on something like the Misfortune, which is quite prevalent at the moment.
Yeah, that's usually what I'd expect to see. So Jin is banned this time around, along with the Flukies Malzahar. So Zillion's still available, but they are hovering the Graves first pick here, which I think makes sense. It's a very strong jungler. Clinto obviously had a really good performance. Kazakh's last game did end up outputting a disgusting amount of damage. I think pretty much nearly 3 times as much as anyone on the enemy team. So you'll take those.
Yeah, Clinto just doing Clinto things. But like while the Graves at the moment, I definitely think is one of the better junglers. I do feel he's uh really weak against tanks, and this being a not specifically Div 1 tournament, and also with tanks being relatively strong in preseason, I'd hope to see two tanks on the side of Jeek squad, which could really inhibit kind of the damage output that the Graves can do, because he's relatively short range, obviously, which is one of the reasons he suffers against tanks, because he can't really kill them very fast.
Yeah, so we do see Shen locked in. Could technically be a flex because it can be put into support, but most likely going to melee in top, taking that away from Niall, who has been a prevalent Shen player. Let's see, Damn Squib go for his Braum again, not too surprising. Had a pretty decent performance in the last game there. Has some really clutch Braum ults to set up some plays.
Yeah, and while the Lucian could be a flex on the side of Jeek squad, I feel rather confident saying that's going to be a bot lane Lucian, so I should expect to see an ADC picked up here. Instead, we see the Mordekaiser. Interesting. Obviously got buffed quite recently. I'm pretty sure it trades quite favorably into the Shen, but really don't know enough about top lane, so don't quote me on that.
Yeah. Well, I will say it does give him like a nice damage mix, right? Because you got Graves AD and Mordekaiser AP, so it makes itemizing for Shen a little more difficult. The Poppy is an Echo, I've just been told. So they managed to secure themselves a jungle pick here for Chomp, which is obviously really strong on this patch now, given that his jungle clear was buffed by quite a bit. And I think combos really well with the Shen as well, because you can go for those cheeky dive plays, have the Shen ulti to back you up, as well as your own ult to get you out of trouble.
Yeah, interesting use of Poppy as a placeholder though, seeing as how Poppy's actually quite meta at the moment, but I guess unlikely to be picked up here by the side of built different, seeing as how they have all the lanes that Poppy would likely go to already locked in.
Yeah.
Swain banned away from Fluky, not a surprise, well known, a Swain enjoyer, and the Malzahar already taken off the board. He's
So,
going to have to pull out one of his other
will we see the
genius
Zillion
pocket.
banner this time, is what I'm wondering.
Very possible with the Mordekaiser being locked in. You know, obviously Zillion really targeted kind of speeding jumps up and then providing utility, but Jeek Squad obviously fearing more the Tristana in the bot lane that could synergize quite well with the Braum.
Yeah, that is Teblon's signature pick. Hasn't been really his main champion for a long time though, but probably does still play the champion now then, I'm sure.
That said, lots of other champs could still come out, such as the Kaisa. I know Garan has practiced his Kaisa in pre-season. I've been the victim, so a possible kind of a combination with the Braum. Obviously not the best for giving Kaisa stack or Kaisa passive stacks, but just increases their kind of damage diversity, since how you can go AD or AP.
Yeah. So see Leona paired up with the Lucian. I think that's a pretty strong bot lane duo. Gives a lot of kill threat, especially with the Leona Sunlight passive. They can proc it pretty nicely.
Yeah, Leona damage kind of disgusting at the moment, while not sacrificing any tankiness. So,
wait, sorry. Hang on. I think the Leona is actually Rakan. but Gulak said Orkana, so it's really hard for me to tell. Yeah, so it actually looks like Leon's Rakan. So, still like a decent pairing, but like I actually would have rather have seen Leona if I'm honest. I think it's just a stronger pick overall at the moment. But Rakan's okay. It's just very squishy, you know, in comparison. So it's a bit more risky as a 2v2 bot lane.
yeah.
Caitlyn picked up for Teplond. Okay.
He has played Caitlyn in the past. I can't particularly remember him playing it any time recently, but has some games in the champs, and for all I know, he's been practicing it unbeknownst to me. But you know, a decent synergy with the Braum.
Yeah, you can
So
also
you can get the passive down and then use that to combo the trap.
yeah, and it can punish the range disadvantage that Lucian has in lane. So you can try to abuse that as much as possible before, whilst trying to avoid the all-in, obviously. But we'll see. Just have to wait for these lads to get back into lobby so we can get back to Champs like properly.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I'm trying to remember the comps. What is it? It's Mordekaiser, Graves, Oriana, Caitlyn, Braum.
Yep.
Not the most amazing of like engages or 1-3 run, but they have a lot of zone control with the champs they have. Caitlyn traps. You can use the Ori ball. You can use Braum ult. So really, what they're gonna have to hope to do is set up around objectives early and kind of abuse the control they are given. Particularly because the Mordekaiser can just ult the jungler to stop him from smarting Drake or Baron.
I hadn't seen it the first time around, but did they ban ASOL against Anomaly?
I don't believe so.
Yeah. Guess we're just going for quick bans here. So on Jeek squad so far, they had Shen, Echo, Galio, and then they had Lucian, Rakan, which is kind of makes sense, right? Because it's like a bit of a dive comp, and you've got your Shen and your Galio to kind of give you backup in regards to that.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, kind of as a cohesive unit. I'm just I don't know. I think my big concern is that there's not a lot of like long range damage, right? It's all very short range from your Lucian, from your Echo. So like if built different are able to like set up any kind of defensive wall line at all, it's going to be actually like pretty difficult for Jeek to kind of like get much kill threat unless they can kind of really split up the blue side comp.
Yeah. Like the game plan for this G Squad team is going to be the Rakan entering into the fight with the quickness, the ground entrance, stall for time and group the team up for the Galio to ult in. But whether this Rakan is going to get the access he needs in the team fights is really going to be down to stance. Obviously, the Galio will be able to combo on side lanes, and they can use their globals and semi-globals to impact a lot of the map, but usage of this is going to be really key.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's certainly like two very interesting comps. I don't know whether they really came in with a game plan on like what they were looking for. Built difference comp. I really don't understand what their game plan is with the champion synergies.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're just picking comfort, which, generally speaking, trumps all in these kinds of tournaments.
Yeah, when you've got like especially when you have like a lot of mixed experience across the board, I think go for comfort just makes a lot of sense. So yeah, we'll have to see how things end up playing. We'll go to a brief break while we're on spectator delay. So we shall be back in about 2 minutes. Okay, we're getting into game here now. Just gotta get the scoreboard up.
Yeah.
Pause music here. Alright. Alright, so pause at 20 seconds.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm paused.
Grounds. And then resume on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Cool. Alright, so game 2, Jeek Squad versus Built Different. Jeek Squad now fighting for their tournament lives, because I think they have to at least bare minimum get the tie here to stay within contention for getting out of groups.
Yeah, so top 2 getting out. They lost their last series. Obviously, will need to win their next series, but you're right. They a tie here is gonna be key. Just makes their life a lot easier. I'm sure there's possibilities where they can still get out of it by winning next game, but obviously this isn't a LEC wonder run like Shulk. We don't have our little foldy sheet out.
No.
Looking at runes, items, summoner spells, nothing too out of the ordinary.
I was curious about the Dark Harvest from Echo. Is that standard for jungle?
It's certainly one of the options. Obviously, you can go phase rush. Mostly that's mid lane, I believe, but generally you go something like Dark Harvest or Electrocute in jungle. It's just depending how you want to put your damage. Obviously, the Electrocute front loading it while Dark Harvest backloading your damage.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah, otherwise, not really anything too interesting. Obviously, some Kate players still going lethal tempo, but I think feet footwork is just more consistent from my tests.
Yeah, it helps to keep up the sustain anyway in lane, especially against something like Rakan Lucian, who can try to go for those cheeky like 2v2 trades. Get in the, especially the passive from Lucian, and you can try also get the Qs through the minion wave.
Yeah, and you don't really lack that much attack speed at the moment with the mythic items, so I think you can, get away with taking the fleet footwork, which obviously gives you a bit of kiteability and more safety in lane.
So
Generally enough, standard start. Both junglers start on bot side for the bot side leash. Will be ending up in this top lane.
yeah, I'm not expecting too much from them early on in the game. They'll kind of want to power farm a bit. Do you see Anomaly has moved towards the crowd, so he's looking to contest Clinto.
Yeah, Anomaly will be falling here. Kind of caught behind enemy lines, but
She gets out. Oh, Malay comes in.
Built Different plus Rise instead, opting to turn onto Malay, who kind of caught between the two groups of Built Different players. Kind of a really scrappy fight right now.
Yeah.
We do see Damp Squib coming up the river, so Malay might fall here. He doesn't have flash. I don't want to trade in absolutes because I've been proven wrong before. And
Oh my god, how many times? What? What the fuck was that? Like, so nobody dies in that extended river trade from top to bot lane.
yeah, and trade is both top laners flashes. That's all that was lost.
And they both lost a lot of CS off of that. It looks like Malay is actually opting to hold on to his TP, so he will have that advantage, summoner advantage for a while.
And they both junglers get Scuttle Crabs. Oh, Clinto could die here. Chomp still has Flash Up and Anomalies here.
Oh, there we go. First blood for Galio. Okay, so finally we see a tangible advantage for one team after all of that.
Anomaly TPing back into the lane, while Fluky did not. So, using his item advantage to shove the lane and then roam first once again. His reward for it.
Yeah. So even though that initial roam didn't really work out for Anomaly, he ended up getting chased out of river. This time definitely pays off for him. Like to see that kind of proactivity out of the mid laner. And Fluky, just trying to get the CS here, is already completely out of mana. Interestingly.
Yeah, but still has that TP, so should be able to recall here and TP back. Even out the items. Anomaly. Yeah, while quite a funny play, very dangerous because he's traded like all of his HP for that play.
Yeah.
And Clinto could come in here, harass him off the wave, and he doesn't have that TP to get back and create the wave.
Oh, he went
crash.
back in. Oh, this is dangerous. And he takes a tower shot for his triples. And another one. Oh. He got the...
Okay.
He got the Orient. What the fuck?
Okay, my bad, Anomaly. Actually, my bad. Anomaly is a bit of a genius, actually. I just don't understand what's going through his mind. It's...
so...
Fluky dies to minions and the corrupting pot burn.
So there was an awfully long break between game 1 and game 2. I wonder, did Jeek get any cheeky substitutes in the meantime onto Anomaly's PC here, because man is making plays in this early game, that is sure.
All I can say is, once again, Jeek squad taking a lead of the game early. Whether they can hold this mid game or crumble like last time, we'll have to wait and see. But clearly those performance enhancing drugs that Jeek squad took in the showers at halftime really paying off.
Definitely seems like it. Give themselves an early Infernal Drake, which will be pretty nice for them. At the moment, nothing too much happening in the top lane. Niall just trying to pick up the CS underneath his tower. It's getting bullied quite a bit by the Mordekaiser. Does still have the TP available, so could potentially look for a play, and also has his ulti. So it definitely has a lot of global map pressure available to him right now.
But Malay taking a beating in this top lane from this Mordekaiser. Definitely not enjoying that matchup, and it's not going to get better.
Oh, Anomaly making another player in the mid lane. Oh my lord.
So Anomaly holding him down to the Echo parallel convergence lands, stunning him up, and then Malay with the cheeky Stand United just to ensure that everyone's okay.
Yeah,
this Galio is massive.
Yeah, Anomaly is actually smurfing at the moment with the plays. Some would say questionable plays, but so far he's not actually been punished for it yet. So who are we to judge?
8 minutes in, and that entire gold league Jeek squad has over built difference is on this Galio.
Yeah. And bot lane, not too much happening here. Gulag, obviously, not too happy being poked out by Caitlyn, but hasn't lost any CS because of it, so it's not going to mind too much. Anomaly and Chomp seeing the way enemy blue buff here.
Yeah, after taking the Rift Herald as well, that's going to be a large influx of income where Chomp can put it in one of the side lanes and kind of convert this Galio lead into a lead in one of the side lanes, hopefully.
Yeah, you probably want to see that going towards the bot lane here, I would imagine, because you want to get the solution out of the Caitlyn matchup as quickly as possible, I would think.
Yeah. Definitely would like to see it go bot lane. Whether that's possible, seeing as Caitlyn Braum, stands to be seen. Obviously, top lane is a really easy lane for Chomp to gank. The setup's nice with the Shen taunt into the parallel convergence. The only issue is whether they can kill him in time before Niall's able to get off the Realm of Death, the Mordekaiser ult. Oh,
No, do see Anomaly has DC'd. Hopefully we'll get back in the game quickly enough, but it wouldn't be an Irish series traditionally without at least one pause, and we've already had, I think, 2 or 3.
yeah, that's just some lad down the locals after kicked a pole, which is actually the aircon broadband lines, which are above land for some reason.
Yep.
Just the classic.
Yeah. Unfortunate, but it does look like he's reconnected. Hopefully we shall be back in soon. So yeah, Jeek, 800 gold lead. Obviously most of it on the Galio itself, so a lot of pressure on Anomaly's shoulders here to keep on making the plays for his team.
Yeah. Oh, they've unpaused. Okay, we're back in it.
Very nice.
Yeah. I mean, we do need to see some, I guess, power go over to this Lucian for Jeek squad, because they're 2 strong members of Galio, and Echo obviously being 1 damage type. It's okay for the moment, but given time, they will be able to itemize against it. So
yeah, Niall's gone for the depth round play here, but has been stalled out by Niall, who is going to get punished in return now by this nice Galio ult into the taunt. Good flash by Niall though to get out of it. Clint's managed to get the return kill here. Oh, nice, lovely ult into Q. Should manage to finish him off here. Oh no! Does the burn kill him? There we go. Okay, nice.
yeah, very nicely played by Clinto, flashing into melee range to make sure he hits all of the bullets from Graves' passive. Gets the shutdown, also gets a kill on melee. Gonna start looking scary. He just got like 1,000 gold off that play, basically.
Yep. Now it has a 7,000 gold, or 700 gold, sorry, I should say, lead over the Echo. Has picked up the shield bow now, so it's gone for the almost like the full tank Graves build, where you're just like super tanky, costs so much to sustain. It's really hard to kill him, and he'll just kind of consistently do damage over a long fight.
And we could see this Rift Herald going down mid, because Fluky is recalled here, and he doesn't have TP up. Niall does have TP, but without any jungle support, it's going to be really hard for him to kind of defend this mid lane without losing something.
Also gives him an opening to go for this dragon here, because bot lane from blue side also would recalled. So while Fluky is trying to deal with this Herald in mid lane, Graves is just farming his Raptor, so no threat for the dragon here. Does give them the 2 dragon lead now. Again, we have seen them throw this kind of lead before, so we'll see if they can actually get themselves to soul point come next dragon.
Yeah, obviously nothing much built different can really do there, because mid laner is recalled and has to deal with the Rift Herald mid, bot lane's recalled, and despite now having the TP advantage in top lane, it is Shen, so can just stand united to the fight and have just as equal of an impact, because obviously providing that shield.
No, straight nicely under first. Oh, Ted Blonde taking a lot of damage here.
Gulag should pick that up because he has flash up, but Ted Blonde burning both subs.
He turns it around from the bush
As he
fight.
outplays it. But Damscrib could have sealed Ted Blonde's death with the flash there, actually helping Chomp gap close.
Niall's TP'd in, trying to go for the return kill with the death round. It is going to be 1v3 though.
He still has the chrono break up, so Chomp should be safe here. Should be just another kill gifted over.
Jeek squad managed to come on top of this play overall, even though Ted did manage to outplay Gulag in the 1v1 there. Ultimately, they do end up getting punished. Will lose some plays here in the bot lane. Well, going for the or melee, sorry, going for the taunt, I should say. Taking a lot of damage from Clinto. Has to be very careful here.
Should just back off here. Has to stand united up, so if Anomaly needs his backup, he can just provide the shield. But instead, opting to add to the damage. Yeah, and there comes the shield as expected.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, Clinto does go down in the end after some TP and Shenalty shenanigans. Yeah, I think Jeek definitely fighting back here after that mishap earlier. Still
yeah,
managing to maintain their gold lead.
I mean, really, they're just moving to objectives and making plays where Built Different really aren't. They just don't have response. They haven't contested either of the two Drakes. Obviously, one of the Drakes caused by a Rift Herald, which was gained off the back of a mid lane play. But it's gonna be quite difficult here because you know, Clinto being kind of a star player for the team, you kind of expect him to impact the map more, despite Graves being a scaling champ. Like, he is matched on the other side by Echo, who scales quite well.
Yeah, but it feels like the big difference maker has actually just been an anomaly so far this game. He's really been the one who's kind of led the plays, and Chomp's been there to follow up for sure. So definitely Anomaly showing his stuff on the Galio here. Has finished the Rocket Belt now, along with Chomp's own Rocket Belt, so definitely got that extra dive potential there for the all-in.
Yeah, a lot more mobility and burst potential out of the two champs. But they're matched likewise by the Mythics on Built Different side. Okay, Fluky getting caught out here by Anomaly, and we see this burst damage.
Oh, Anomaly does.
But he turns it.
Oh, he got back in.
Okay. Finally, Anomaly's indescribable plays don't pay off for him. Goes under tower and gets punished, and the bot lane is here for Built Different, so another big shutdown over to Glinto.
Yeah, I believe Daniel White would call that cocaine gameplay, right? He went for the all-in dive. Fortunately, did not work out this time. Chomp likewise goes down, so punish is coming in. Gold now even for both teams. Does give Built Different more of a window to get control over this dragon. You can see there's a lot of ward vision down in the river. Teflon desperately.
And we see things going out onto the Drake as well, so this is kind of a crucial Drake, the third Drake, because it forces Built Different to fight for every other Drake if they don't take this one.
Yeah, they really don't want to give this one over for sure. They are trying to get control of this bot lane. Gulag just has more wave clear at the moment, so it's able to get priority into the river. Jeek do have managed to get a semblance of control here. Shenald is also available, whereas Nile does not have CP, so he can join this fight if Built Different. And yet, they just have to concede it, so Jeek are going to get themselves the sole point, which gives them so much more control now over the map. Because now you've got Mountain Soul available, which will be really, really tough for Built Different to deal with if Jeek managed to acquire it.
They find Clinto here. He has flash up and flashes away. The TP also coming out of Fluky, but it's denied by Chomp. Nice first blood turret there for Jeek Squad, and they're going to catch the Braum here, but whether they can kill him is questionable. Really the target you want to be fine.
Yeah, there's a lot of kind of overforce there from both sides. The Fluky TP, unfortunate to get cancelled. Oh, Nobby does go in. Nice net by Teflon, but will eventually go down. Does also blow his summoner heal, which is unfortunate. Clinto is trying to go for like the 1v4 play here, but I don't think he could really do anything. He is just going to get absolutely melted here.
Yeah. Don't really agree with that play by Clinto.
Yeah.
Unfortunate Ted Blon and Damskuk goes down there, but Jeek Squad is spending so much time bot lane. They traded 2 towers, one on the top side, one in mid lane, as well as losing a lot of minion gold and EXP. I think Clinto would have been better served maybe pillaging the jungle or assisting Fluky or Nile in these pushing efforts, or even holding at the inhib rather than trying to find a kill there. Kind of unfortunate. It allows Jeek Squad to actually trade positively there because they get both towers as well as however many kills it was. I think it was 3, maybe.
And now they're with that mid lane turret going down, it just gives them so much more kind of leeway to kind of enter the enemy jungle around this dragon pit, which they'll want for this soul anyway. So definitely kind of favors them in this regard. Clinto is offside here, so maybe could look towards this Herald, although there's only 40 seconds left, so likely not actually going to either team at this point, unless someone rushes it, but very unlikely.
So Drake's in 3 minutes, so we should be seeing 2 items for that Drake, and I'd expect a fight there. You know, Nile will be hoping to get his demonic to give him that kind of killing power over the tanks on Jeek Squad. I don't think Melee will be able to finish the second item just because of the amount of gold he's given up, but you know, we could easily see a Essence Reaver on the Lucian, a Zhonya's on the Galio, like these, you know, kind of important items for either damage or just survivabilities. Conversely, like if Clinto can finish his collector before the fight, it's going to be a really nice spike for that fight. Obviously giving him the execute damage because there's not a lot of healing on the side of Jeek Squad, only really the Chrono Break and whatever healing Gulag took in his runes.
Yeah, do you see the Zhonya's complete for both Galio and Echo, so just absolutely just mirroring their build so far. Having that with the rocket belt as well, so going for, obviously really helps when you're going for those kind of deep plays. See now, Chomp is just clearing vision up here on the top side. Not really much for him to do at the moment because his jungle's completely clear. We'll just reset.
Yeah, so Drake in about a minute should really be expecting Jeek Squad to be playing more bot side of the map now.
Yeah.
Because they know that they can force Built Different to at least consider contesting this.
Yeah.
So this could be your moment to, you know, maybe get the ace, get the Mountain Soul, get a Baron, maybe get a tower off it, who knows, but they should really be prioritizing this and leaving Melee alone top lane.
Yep.
With Stand United.
Yeah, he has Stand United available. We'll have to TP up relatively soon. Nile does have the TP available to himself, but is actually staying here in mid lane, so it does not want to be too far from the fight if it does break out.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Only noticeable things are the item difference in bot and mid. 2 completed items on Anomaly and Gulag compared to their opponents in Fluky and Ted Blonde gives them that slight, you know, power edge. Whether they're able to use it, we'll have to wait and see. They have kind of given up this area to Built Different because they're lacking the Shen.
Oh, there goes
the engage comes in. They have backline access, but Ted Blonde is kind of free hitting from the side.
Clinto does end up going down. Chomp just, and Galio just keep diving forward. Nice double taunt from Melee. Will lock up Ted Blonde and Damsquid there. Should see them going down. Slight misplay on the
end of Anomaly to catch Damsquid.
Okay, so Damsquid does get away with his life, but unfortunately they will give up the Mountain Soul. They will probably lose their mid tier 2 here, and it does give Jeek Squads potentially access to the Baron here. Not straight away, obviously, but will certainly give them time to kind of get that set up. Whereas Built Different are really kind of scrambling, I think, at this point to try and get control of this game.
Yeah, so Built Different in a really unpleasant position now. Obviously, Mount Soul going over, giving a lot of survivability to Built Different. Especially considering they have a semi-tank champ at Galio who really benefits, and then a full tank in Shen who really reaps it. But yeah, obviously deciding there that they don't really trust their Baron damage and they don't want to repeat of game 1, instead opting just to get mid tower and free control of the waves. Try enhance their league.
Yeah, so what you'd like to see now is Melee going to bot lane, because he has the TP available. He'll have his ult back up soon. Start applying pressure on that side of the map to give Jeek kind of more leverage in this Baron area. Especially because that top lane turret is still alive, so you definitely want your at least like your damage leader, like your Lucian, right, to try get that down. But Melee is looking like he's getting collapsed on here. As the death throw on him will likely just go down here. His team can't really do anything to help him. Did someone flash here?
Yeah, so that's a flash from Nile to try land the Q.
I guess he
Don't exactly like that play, but
yeah, bit unnecessary. Gives built different access to the Baron now. They do see there's a control ward in hit for Jeek, so they do notice what's going on.
Anomaly's bot lane, so he used his DP that last fight to try kill Damn Squiv after the fight's over, so he's not in range for his ult yet.
It's not happening again, is it? Okay. Gulag, nice ulti there. To chunk down Damn Squid and Nile, to get him down to half HP. So they do manage to force him off the ground. Oh, Anomaly with the fucking flank.
Oh, he misses the W, or the E. He lands the W. Oh,
lovely cleanup from Jeek here.
The damage is just too much out of Chomp. Gulag getting dangerously low there, but that will be the Baron for them.
Yeah, like it looked like it was going to be another throw from Jeek there, but they do manage to find a really lovely flank coming out of Anomaly there. Does land the three-man taunt rather, and they just clean up the fight from there.
Genuinely would not be surprised if Anomaly's got COVID-like symptoms from the amount of caffeine running through his veins. Lack of taste. His taste buds completely burnt out from the just pure caffeine and steroids he's on.
Yep.
Absolute cocaine gameplay here.
Absolute. Putting in work this game. Trying to keep Jeek's hopes alive in this tournament. Let's see now. Built different. Just have the second item now finished now for Teblond with the Storm Razor, but is going to be very behind in terms of his damage output. I feel like he's kind of in that traditional mid game trough that Caitlyn players can sometimes experience, and it doesn't feel like they really have a lot of options. Like their biggest damage dealer really is going to be Mordekaiser and Graves, but it feels very difficult for them to kind of get off their damage in these 5 team fights when there's just so much CC and frontline available to G Squad. Plus, actually, just like the dive buddies of Galio and Shen and Galio, Echo. Just it's really hard for Clinto to really do anything. He just keeps getting chased out every fight.
Yeah, well, Clinto kind of suffering because he's not far enough ahead, and he's struggling to deal enough damage to get a lot of these Jeek Squad players into the collector range to kill them. And then Ted Blonde experiencing what all ADCs experience in Season 11, which is, there's literally nothing he can do.
Yeah.
If anyone on Jeek Squad gets near him, he gets 1v1'd, even if he has all his summoners and Gale Force up.
Yeah. It's just the unfortunate life of an ADC.
Yeah, he's once he gets the IE, he's a chance of maybe, dealing some damage and impacting team fights, but whether they can kind of get to a position where that IE spike's going to still be relevant in the game is a lot to ask.
Yeah, I mean, he has enough gold now to get a BF sword, but he might even just die here from the dive from Chomp.
Oh.
There you go. There goes the Dark Harvest. That's dead in carry. Chomp Sonya's very nicely. Oh, 3-man taunt again for Anomaly. Holy shit. This man is on the purest cocaine I've ever seen. Holy moly. And Chomp stalling out Nile does end up going down in the end, but won't matter. Nile will trade his life. Jeek are just all over the base now.
100% pure Colombian cocaine, ladies and gentlemen. Disco shit. Holy fuck.
Anomaly has just put Jeek squad on his back and says, "This ain't over, boys." Going all the way. Shall come Miracle Run 2.0.
Yeah, definitely great performances from the entirety of Jeek squad, but Anomaly being that catalyst, the Gilius to the Shulk run, just the one player that has just kind of tipped them over the edge into this super dominating victory, really.
Oh, he does it again! I don't know, this man just plays Geometry Wars, I don't know. Like, he's just landing so many 3-man taunt angles, it's actually insane. But, yeah, GG, Jeek squad managed to tie up the series.
What a game.
And keep their tournament hopes alive. Definite big improvement from the last series that I cast of them, so hopefully we'll see them go all the way, but still needs a couple results to go the way, I think.
I really don't know what to say. Really outstanding play from Anomaly. Great map pressure all around by Chomp. Melee held the gate's top lane against Nile, and Gulag really displaying his skills with some nice 1v1s which he won, and some unfortunate 1v1s which he lost, but or just the one actually that he lost. But really, really great play here from Jeek squad to come back from that.
Yeah, absolutely. Now,
I'd say demoralizing game 1.
Yeah. For sure, like, I think both games they showed, like, some really good, like, kind of playmaking in the early game to get themselves, like, early objectives and kills. It was really that Baron, for sure, in game 1 that kind of ruined everything for them. But yeah, keeping their heads on straight for game 2, managed to close out this time, played safe around that big objective this time, and yeah, well played to Jeek squad.
I don't know if you want to give an MVP or an ace for the series.
Oh, that's tough because it is a tie series. So I will say big performance obviously from Anomaly. We've given them a lot of praise for game 2. I think Clinto had like a really good. Obviously, he had a monstrous game 1. So if I can't really give, it's really hard for me to give a series MVP. It's really kind of tied between those two players. But like, I would definitely say they're the MVPs for their respective teams, even though it was a tougher game. Game 2, I think Clinto was trying his best, but ultimately had kind of the cards stacked against him. Game 2.
Well, congratulations to both teams. Both teams still both in the running. I'm pretty sure.
Yep, should be. So it should be. Let me check. I'll get the standings up real quick. Let's switch it over here.
So I think Clinto's team won their first game 2-0, while Jeek squad lost 2-0, and obviously that tie helping them. Now they have to play their respective opponents, built different, having to play against Surfing Simps, who beat Jeek squad, and Jeek squad having to beat Mana Love Frogs, who lost in their first match against Built Different. So,
yeah,
interesting to see whether we're going to get a clear power ranking, or if we're going to see a classic game of Irish League of Legends rock paper scissors, where Team A beats Team B beats Team C, but Team C beats Team A.
So who do they play in the third week? Jeek squad. They do play Mana Love Frogs. Okay. So they could tie up the standings. Actually, they could come ahead because they've got 1 point. They win that game 2-0. They get 4 points. So yeah, they could definitely squeak into at least a second place tiebreaker. They do need some results definitely to go their way, but still very much possible. But anyway, thank you Voltum for jumping in for game 2 for the cast. Thank you to everyone watching, and take it easy.